Hey guys, I thought I'd give you a bit of a 1 month in update on the GT4s. This is just a little sort of things I like and things that I don't like about the bike, or things that I'm about to change. Just 1 month into ownership sort of thing. So basically just like a little helping guide or helping hand for anybody who's buying one of these or just looking at buying one of these. Yeah, so basically I'm really super happy with the bike as a whole so far. So it's all clean at the moment. You can see it's sort of wet because I've just been for a ride at Eagle Mountain Bike Park here in South Australia. And yeah, like I'm starting to get used to the 29er thing now. I posted some really good times on Strava, actually, some really good sort of laps down some of the good trails there, which is pretty good, pretty wrapped with. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through the things that I've changed or things that I want to change on the bike, sort of thing. So not that there's anything wrong with the parts that are on here, but some of the spec isn't that flash. Yeah, so that's the bike. Now the Marzocchi fork has been really good. It's been sort of set up in the shop with the right sort of rebound kind of thing, and I find like the grip damper coming off of a Fox 34 going to this is really good. This is really stiff. The damper feels really good. Yeah, the rear shock, the Fox DPX2, I've sort of played around with the rebound a little bit, and I've slowed the rebound off because I find that this bike is quite progressive in its suspension. And one of the little jump lines today, because it was a bit of a hotter day, I don't know if it affects air pressure a little bit when it's sort of a hotter day kind of thing. So I sort of like found that the rebound was really fast, a little bit bucky sort of thing. So I sort of slowed the rebound down, but that's personal preference for everybody. One of the things I do like is how the bike's got a flip chip there. So I didn't mention that in the first video. That's pretty rad. I've left it in the low setup anyway, and I'm pretty sure most people would as well, because you sort of want the most, I guess, the slacker head tube angle and the sort of like the steeper seat tube angle rather than the other way around. I like the cable routing as well. Like the cable routing is on the outside of the bike, but it's tucked away in there, goes through there, only just the seat goes through there, so that's it. But otherwise that it's sort of not hidden away in the bike, so that is really good. I do love that. Yeah, so what I am changing though is this is I sort of was wrong in my first review, and this is actually 1150 SX cassette, which I'm pretty sure is the same as the NX, although if you look on the SRAM website, this is actually lighter by a few grams than the NX, but they are made of steel. So I'm wondering whether or not the NX is just a little bit heavier, a little bit more sturdier because they're on a lot of e-bikes. Yeah, so obviously I've put my DMR Brendog flats on there. This does have the dub bottom bracket, which is good. So this is interchangeable kind of thing, which is cool because that's exactly what I'm going to do. Got the 32 tooth on there. What I've done is I've gone Maxxis Max Terra minions on the rear, and then a DHF on the front. Max Grip, I've gone that on the front because obviously it comes standard with just like 2 compound tire sort of thing. So yeah, that's got to go. It did have a fabric saddle, as in the brand fabric, and I've put a DMR saddle on there. I did go over that in the last video. So what I have changed though is I've changed the brakes. I've got Dior XT 4-piston caliper ones on here now. So I'll just spin the bike around. I've got the 80/20 front, and that's on a 203mm rotor. I will be swapping the rotor out because this is the Tektro rotor, and I find it probably just gets a little hot, gets a little bit of extra fade, whereas the Shimano have the Ice Tech rotors, which are really good. On the back I'm just running the Dior XT, I think it's the 8010 model sort of thing. That's a 4-piston caliper as well, but yeah, I'm gonna as long as the 4-piston. I mean, like someone like me with my skill, I don't really notice the difference between the newest version and this version. Like they both just seem a lot more powerful. Like I said in my first video, and if you've watched a couple of my videos, I've taken this bike out on the very first day I picked it up from the shop, and I really complained a lot about the brakes, and they were crappy. So they've gone on my old 26 Mongoose hardtail. So that is, at least they're getting some use, you know what I mean? So what I have done though is, I didn't realize the SRAM SX derailleur changes unreal. Like it works really well. Like I've had no drama in it in the month or so that I've been riding the bike. But the only thing is that this here is actually a composite plastic. I didn't realize that. Well, I didn't know, because I know nothing about SRAM. I've always used Shimano sort of thing. So, but yeah, so that is plastic. So that's going. The SX cranks are fine as well, but these are actually 175 cranks, so these are coming off as well. And also the chain, I've heard that these chains can split or get some splits in them or something like that. So I mean, I find it hard to believe that I'd be able to do that, but you never know. You never know. So what I have done is I've gotten a new GX derailleur. Whereas this is the new Lunatech one. So this is a pretty sweet derailleur. It feels it feels quite light as well. So yeah, so that's going to go on the bike. I've also got a new GX shifter, the Luna shifter as well. So this will go on the bike instead of the take off the SX, because obviously you know that these are metal. These things are in metal. But if you go like this SX SRAM SX shifter. Works great, but that's just like a thin plastic as well. And I thought if I'm going to go the GX, drivetrain, might as well go the whole hog. And then I've also gone a set of the Descendant. So I've got these are 170 cranks. So I've got the same 32 tooth chainring, but I've just gone the slightly shorter cranks, because I've already had a couple of pedal strikes with the longer cranks, the 175, and they're kind of good for cross country. I think 165 are probably good for downhill, but I think 170 is perfect for an enduro bike, which is what this is. Having said that though, like I've been doing a lot of flat, like sort of cross country kind of riding with it as well when I go away for work, and I just ride sort of flat, like sort of sandy trails that are sort of undulating sort of thing, and this bike goes pretty good. I've set a couple of good times in Strava as well, just for flat riding sort of thing. So, and this is a 15 kilo enduro bike, so that's pretty decent. Also, so I've also going to upgrade the chain, the SRAM GX chain, and then I found these little bad boys. Is the little booties that go, the rubber booties that go on the end of your crank here, so that stops it from getting the little scratches and bash marks up there. So yeah, pretty excited. Like I said, I'll probably chuck all these on the bike in the next day or two sort of thing. Yeah, a couple other things, like 45mm stem, that's not too bad. Like it's sort of like it's in between 40 and 50 obviously, so that's sort of like a nice little size. 31.8 mil handlebars, yeah, not too bad. They've got a 5 degree by 9 degree sweep sort of thing, by 5 degree rise. The dropper is actually a 31.6 dropper, so, and yeah, it's sort of slowish but good, solid. Like it doesn't have much side to side lateral play in it as well, whereas the bike I had before had a lot of like sort of side to side play kind of thing. So yeah, like I said, I don't really need to lock the shock out that much. Your compression is on the other side there, so your rebound is on the other side. Yeah, I reckon GT, you should put some frame protection on the bottom there. So that's just some sort of eBay frame protection kit that I've bought, and I got that off at eBay because like the first few rides I got rock strikes on the bottom of the frame sort of thing. So because the front will obviously pick up rocks, but yeah, so far so good. Like I said, the brakes were the first thing to go. That's a huge upgrade that needs doing straight away. And then obviously the drivetrain, and then yeah, like these rims are solid. These rims are really good. Yeah, like I said, the fork, the shock, the frame, the dropper post, the wheels, they're all mint. So it's just basically the drivetrain that needs to be upgraded, and that's probably why this bike is such a good price, because of sort of like they spec them average, but overall, yeah. So I'll chuck these on and then see how they go. Okay, so update time. Just been for a ride today, did a loop around Cleveland and all that. I've fitted the parts that I had in the video I showed yesterday about what I was going to change. And so yeah, I've got the I fitted the GX derailleur to it, and also fitted the a GX chain, the new descendant cranks, 170s. Yeah, much happier, much happier. Haven't had the pedal strikes. Got a little booty on there. Got a little booties on there as well. So yeah, so combine those little upgrades with the XT brakes. I guess it makes it a really good spec bike for the money. So all up, I reckon I've spent, because I bought all the parts online, I reckon I've spent about 5,200 in total. So that's pretty good. That's around about the price of a Norco A2 possibly. Norco A2's probably got like a better, it's got the X2 rear shock, not the DPX2 rear shock. It's got the Fox Rhythms, this has got the Marzocchi Bombers, which are pretty much the same, but the spec's better, definitely better. The GX derailleur is obviously way better than the SX, and also the cranks are a lot better as well. Yeah, so overall really happy. This is a really good bike for the money, and then if you do just a few little part upgrades like that, then yeah, it ends up being an awesome sort of bike. So yeah, absolutely no complaints. Totally stoked on the bike. I reckon the head angle and the seat stay angle is perfect. I did a 27k ride today. Half of that was uphill, and then it was a lot of fast fire roads and a lot of sketchy sort of downhill stuff as well. Yeah, and this thing climbed unreal. Never had to lock the shock out once. Yeah, it descends unreal, you know what I mean? I do notice with the 2090 you do get a little buzz on the backside occasionally when you go down some steep stuff, but yeah, all in all, GT Force Elite. Thanks guys for watching, and yeah, if you like this video, give it a little thumbs up, possibly subscribe if you want to as well, if you enjoy like the content about this bike sort of thing, and yeah, like happy shredding guys.